Okay, in the final part of this, what we're trying to find out is how long it takes to sell 500 cakes. And we can use this formula to find the total. Except in our case, we've already sold 300 at the weekend, so the total that we're going to be thinking about this time is 200. So we're going to fill in what we know. We know that the total that we need is 200. We know the ratio is 0.8. And we know that the first term, or A, is 120 because we sold 120 on the Monday. So we've got to find out how long it takes us to sell a further 200. Now common sense is going to tell us it's probably going to be 2 or 3 days because we're going to sell 120 the first day, then 96. So it's got to be between 1 and 2 days, logically. But let's fill it in and see what happens. Okay, now we know that the total that we need is going to be 200. So we'll write that in there. Equals A, which is this term here, which is 120, multiplied by 1 minus our ratio, which is 0.8 to the power n. N is the number of days and we don't know that yet. Divided by 1 minus r. Okay, so let's try and make this look a little bit simpler. R, of course, is 0.8. Now, what we can do first of all is we can make this rubbish here look a bit simpler. So 200 equals 120 multiplied by 1 minus 0.8 to the power n divided by 0.2. Okay, now what we want to try to do is, again, to try and just get rid of some of these numbers. Now, this number here equals that times all of this here. So what we're going to do first to get rid of the 120 is divide both sides by 120. And that has the effect of cancel this out, so that, and this side here divided by 120. So what we end up with then, if we go to our calculator now, 200 divided by 120 is 1.6667, or 1.666. So what we end up with is 1.666 equals 1 minus 0.8 to the power n divided by 0.2. And once again we're in the situation where we can multiply both of these out. Now if we multiply each side by 0.2 and again times by 0.2, that has the effect of getting rid of this. So that will be gone, and we multiply that by 0.2. So if we do that times 0.2, we get 0.33333. So our answer here is 0.333 equals, now we can ignore that bracket because this has disappeared, 1 minus 0.8 to the power n. Okay, so things are starting to look a little bit simpler. So what we can do now is we can bring this number this side because we want to try and get this on its own to start with. So we've got a positive 1 here. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring that this side. So that becomes minus 1 plus 0.333 equals minus 0.8 to the power n. And if we just add minus 1 to that one, we get minus 0.6667 equals minus 0.8 to the power n. Now we can drop the negatives because a negative equals negative is the same as a positive to a positive, so we can kind of ignore that. So we can say that 0.6667 equals 0.8 to an unknown power. Now, to find this unknown power, what we do next is we're going to use something on your calculator called logs, and the log button is this one here. Okay, that just tells us what we have, how many times to the power what this has to be multiplied by to make this. Okay, so what we do is we do the log of the number that we want to find, so log 0.6667 divided by log 0.8, and that should tell us what n is. So on our calculator, log 0.6667 divided by log 0.8 equals 1.81, which is in the range of where we expected it to be. So that equals 1.81 days. So that's 1.81 days, but of course we had the 2 days at the weekend plus our 2 weekend days. That gives us a total of 3.81 days in which to sell 500. And that's that.